You're watching Nevada Business Chronicles. Take a journey with us to see the innovative businesses that put Nevada on the business map. Connecting you with the businesses, events, and organizations that bring innovation and prosperity to the Nevada area, please welcome your host, Mitch Burney. Conveniently located at the South Meadows Parkway exit in the Foothill Commerce Center, right up against the freeway, founded in 1992, Nevada Blue began as a blueprinting and drafting supply company. As technology advanced, so did they. Drafting moved into the computer age, and blueprinting became digital black and white, quickly advancing into full color. Trendsetters in the printing era, they've invested in today's modern equipment to meet all of your digital printing needs. We're here today with Judy and Jerry Brooks, owners of Nevada Blue. Welcome to our show.
Thank you, Mitch.
Thanks, Mitch. Happy to be here.
Tell us a little bit about the history of Nevada Blue, if you will.
Well, Nevada Blue itself started in 1992, but Jerry had been in the blueprint industry for many years before that at different locations. But in '92, we decided to open our own location, and at that time we thought, what can we do? And we made the motto, it's our job to make you look good, and it's still our motto. Mitch, we're going now into the large format graphics department, and this is where we really make people look good, and we have a lot of fun doing it.
Judy, you can make me look good?
Well, that's a challenge, but if we've got the equipment, we can make an effort. But I'd like you to meet Brian. He's our graphics department manager.
Welcome to the show. Nice to meet you. You have to love your job. I mean, when I look at this table full of art, but these are things that people use in their house and their businesses. You got to love what you do.
It's a great job. You know, start to finish, we get to start out with an idea, put it into the computer, and when I'm done, I'm standing there holding the finished product. This is a real estate sign. It's real simple. They're used all the time in the political campaigns. We use them for parking signs. It's a great way to do it. Inexpensive coroplast. It's easy to do. These are backlit signs. The nice clear finish is because it's a clear plastic that we're printing on.
I understand that there's a back side to this that then comes through when it's sublit.
Sure, absolutely. We can print all the way up to 4 foot by 8 foot. This is a register overlay for a cash register, you know, at a fast food restaurant or something like that. We do this all the time. We print on the back side, they put them on their overlays, and then they have the buttons right where they want them.
And it sounds like if somebody changes their menu, you can change the cash register cover to match their new menu.
Absolutely. They don't even need to come in to do that. They simply send us a file or send us the instructions. We make the changes, get it to them, you know, in a short time.
I think people are going to be surprised to hear that we can print those here. What's this?
This is window vision. This is typically going on to a window. It's outside of the window, and depending on the lighting is how visible it is. From the inside, typically, it's, you know, you're lit with just regular lights. Outside, the sunlight is bright. When you're looking out, it just looks like a tinted window. But when you're on the outside looking in and the bright sunlight's doing its job, this covers the window with vinyl and you can't even see through it. Just about anything clear that people want to see through from the inside.
Fantastic. It looks like you make signs and banners here as well with this?
This is a banner. It's a double-sided banner, so we printed on both sides.
That's unique for banners to be printed on two sides, isn't
Absolutely. Most people get banners and they're just printed on one side. But with our new printer, it's very easy for us to just flip this over and do the other print on the other side.
So you buy one instead of two pieces?
Correct. These are different vinyl applications here. This is actually a wallpaper. We can print and then apply this to somebody's wall. Size is not a limitation. We can panel these in as pieces, so we can cover a whole wall. It doesn't matter the size.
I think this is an extraordinary product. A lot of people are going to be thrilled to know they can come here and have custom made. This, we really got to talk about this. This is special.
This is Darth Vader, yeah.
It's the way that this is printed, which is so exciting. Tell us about this process.
This is actually a black substrate. It's called 3 mil PVC. It's a plastic and it's got a texture to it. We have actually printed white ink on the black substrate.
Now, normally when you're printing white, you start with a white background, like a white piece of paper, and you add ink to it, black or other colors. But this is new to be able to print with white ink, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Normally you'd want to start out with a white substrate. White is a very important color when you're printing. Most inks are a little bit translucent, and it's the way the light actually flows through the ink and then reflects back off the white substrate. When you're printing on black, you don't have that. If I just put color on this black substrate, it would be very muted and gray. But if we were to print on a black substrate, as you can see here, this is just white ink, but as I flip this over, you can see Bugs Bunny. And Bugs Bunny here, in order to print him, to make him look that good, we had to lay a layer of white down before we put the ink on. That way the colors are really just excellent and have a lot of pop.
Far more vivid than anything that's printed on even a white substrate.
Absolutely, and again, it's the white that's very important in color reproduction. You may not know this. The color and of depth of your paper. If you've got a paper that is not just white, it will change the color because, again, inks allow light to flow through it.
Very vivid. I've got to talk about this. One of my personal favorites here. I can imagine people using these in their business, their man caves, you know, even in their own garages. Tell us about this.
This is just printed on plain wood. And again, with the white ink, as you can see on the front there, white's been applied to the wood. And we just print on anything that is flat and, you know, somewhat smooth, coarse. The main important is that the object is flat because the printer's head has to go over the object. And then this was also contour cut with a cutter after it was printed.
I think one of my personal favorites is a chalkboard. Now, the surrounding looks like it's been chalk painted, but this is printed.
Correct.
On a chalkboard material.
Yes, it is ink on a chalkboard substrate. This is a roll substrate, much like a vinyl or a paper, and then we just print right on it.
And so businesses can have their own custom chalkboards made where they put today's specials and menus, and I can see flower shops, candy shops. I mean, just the support of our community that you provide, very impressive. I think one of the most spectacular things that I've seen here is something that I find very interesting, and I can imagine that people are going to be excited to know that you can do here in Nevada Blue, is this three-dimensional, I guess is the way I describe it, printing, which allows you to even do Braille.
Yes, our flatbed printer can print in layers. Now we can tell it how many layers that we want to print on that. As you see, the Braille there is raised considerably off the substrate.
Can feel it. I mean, it's noticeably a quarter-inch tall here.
Yes, yes. And in the old days, in order to do this item, I would have had to use a three-dimensional router. I would have had to cut the substrate out. And then when I was done, I would have had to drill holes where the Braille goes and then use a push pin to push the Braille dots into the substrate.
Fantastic what you can do with layers of ink, and I can imagine that the imagination is really where the limit is.
Absolutely. If I set it up right, I press the print button once and wait for it to be finished.
I find this really interesting. Packaging can be so difficult, and yet you can create custom packaging for businesses for their products right here at Nevada Blue too. Tell us how this works.
Well, again, they could bring the box to us. They can buy these boxes from wherever they get boxes online. As long as that object is flat and I can put it on my 4-foot by 8-foot table, I can print anything on it.
And you look at some of these other things you've already pre-printed for us, the richness of the colors is remarkable, and I'm hoping the camera really does it justice because this really looks like somebody hand-painted art, but it's printing. Would you show us how this machine that we're talking about, this new flatbed, how it works? Brian, we're here at the control center for this state-of-the-art piece of equipment and technology. It looks like you have to have a degree just to operate it.
Well, sure. They came down, gave us several days of training. You know, it's a new printer. It has lots of different ways to use it. Layered inks, layered files. And we deal with that situation right here. I'm able to control the printer. I control the movement of the printer. I control the heating of the lamps. I control all these things right from here. We send the file from our other computer and the rest of it's done here. When we were looking into buying the flatbed, we had several considerations. You're thinking about speed. You're thinking about quality. You're thinking about all these things. What kind of printing are we going to be doing? We decided we wanted a quality machine. When people look at it, they don't care how much time it takes to print it. They're going to come order that print, and when they're done, they're going to hold it in front of their face, and they're going to say, is this good or not? We wanted them to hold the print and say, wow, that's what we wanted out of it. We wanted wow.
Wow is actually the word that comes to my mind when you see the vivid, bright depth of colors here. It's hard to believe that isn't a photograph, that's actually printing.
Yeah, well, and again, that's where printing is nowadays. Our printers are photographic quality.
Unbelievable. I'm really excited about showing this new flatbed because this is a state-of-the-art, current technology, 6-figure machine. Nevada Blue has been the leader in technological advancements in the printing in northern Nevada for decades. This machine, its newest advancement. Tell us about it.
This machine here is the next level printer. It's a 4x8 flatbed created by Osei Cannon. We can put up to 4x8 sheets on it, like I said, and anything that's flat, we can print on. This has a vacuum table. It sucks the substrate down to it, holds it still while the head rides over the printer. It prints photographic quality. This is not a high-speed printer. It's slow enough to give us high-quality prints.
Brian, I'm dying to see this in action.
Oh, absolutely. I've got my substrate ready. It's on the printer. I've got my parameters set. This is ready to go. I hit print. In a few minutes, you're going to see a photographic quality piece of art appear right before your eyes.
The depth of the colors. This is absolutely beautiful, Brian.
Oh yeah, and just a few minutes down the line, we get to watch it happen, and it's done. And after I get done here, we trim it, we go. Give it to the customer.
I can imagine when you deliver somebody a final product like this, the smiles you put on people's faces every day.
Oh, it's like being a kid in a candy store.
The depth and the quality is all really created by layers. How many layers deep can you print on this?
Not only does it have the 5 ink layers that we're working with, but we can also run multiple passes on it. And the substrate doesn't move, so if I'm not happy with the quality of the color, I can actually run the printer over it one more time. Especially like when you're working with black substrates. Black substrates, you're putting white inks down on a black substrate. And if you're familiar with that, white on black, what do you get? You get gray. I may have to print several layers of white before I'm happy with the depth of the white. And then after I print the white, I can drop the CMYK on top. With the white on the black substrates, the other colors just explode off the substrate.
For more information on this guest or to see this show in its entirety, visit nvbusinesschronicles.com. While you're there, you can watch all of our past shows on the Chronicles page and stay connected with us by following us on our social media. Now more from Nevada Business Chronicles. I cannot wait to see, Brian, what you have in store for us next. What do we have here?
What we have here is a vinyl product that we print on, and we wrap vehicles with this vinyl. If you have an idea, we can take your idea, do the graphic design, print it, apply it to a vehicle. Not only vehicles, mailboxes, motorcycles, buses, anything you can imagine that will take the vinyl. We can change the color, we can add the art.
And you have a graphic arts department here as well. You're a graphic artist, so you can help design these for folks.
Absolutely. We use Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator to create our designs. And anything, again, you bring us photographs, whatever it is, just an idea, we can do it.
Nevada Blue, your capabilities are so diverse. What are we doing here?
A local artist, her name is Heather Templeton, has brought a piece of her artwork in for us to reproduce. We start out scanning the image. We take it in, and we now have it in the computer. If she calls us up, says, I want 1 of these, I want 10 of these, it's easy for us to reproduce.
Judy, that was magnificent.
Yes, that's quite a department. There's a lot of fun, as I said before, and now we're coming into the department where we do a lot of business. We do a lot of help for a lot of the businesses. And this is Steve Ty. He's our Reno branch manager, but more than that, he's my son.
Well, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Mitch.
Your son, so this is 2nd generation.
Yeah, we actually have 3 generations here because my daughter Amber works here as well.
Well, she just mentioned that this is the heartbeat of the business, that you do a lot of work in this department, and I can imagine rightfully so, called the small format department.
Right, we do everything from 8.5 by 11 black and white copies, 8.5 by 11 color copies, all the way up to 13 by 19 full color, booklets, flyers, the whole 9 yards in this department. So,
well, let's see how those are made, can we?
Absolutely, let me show you. So Mitch, a lot of what we do is high-speed digital work. Most of the work we do starts at the computer, and we have very high-speed black and white machines that I'll show you how we send something. I'm going to be sending for a local company here in town, 20-page stapled brochure, and after I hit go, by the time we walk down to the end of the machine, there'll be 5 stapled copies ready to go and to be delivered to the customer.
20 pages each.
Yep.
Well, let's see how that works.
This particular machine will do 110 8.5 by 11 prints a minute, so it's pretty impressive. All right, Mitch, so here we are. Here's our 5 sets of 20 sheets, all stapled and ready to go to the customer. All right, Mitch, so now we're over in our color department, and I wanted to show you that we can produce such things as flyers, full art reproduction, up to 13 by 19. We do business cards, wedding invitations, all sorts of things like that. And I also just produced a full color event program, and let me show you how that turned out.
So that produced this dual-sided color brochure stapled and folded.
That's correct. The machine, after I go over and get it all set up digitally, the machine does all the work and spits it out just like this, ready to go to the customer.
About 10 to 20 seconds a copy.
Yes, exactly.
Steve, we're here where Nevada Blue got started, in the blueprint room.
That's right, Mitch. We did start off just being exclusively blueprinters, and we still do a lot of that in this very room. But we have transitioned into the digital age, and so we can scan and upload files to our DFS system so contractors can share information and get their bids out quicker and get to building quicker.
The DFS system is what you use in Story County.
That's right. The Story County Planning Department will actually take the files, upload them to their system, do their digital plan review, resubmit them, and then the contractor can come down, get his set of plans, and be on the job site within a matter of days instead of weeks.
Fantastic. Judy, we already know that you are in the digital age. What different ways can people give you copy to work with?
Well, there's a lot of different ways they can do it. A lot of times people will come in with flash drives and will print either something from the production department, or they'll have already prepared a file and we just have to print it for them. But we also get CDs. People will bring in CDs, and I'll talk about that again. Or they'll send us a file, and sometimes people will have difficulty sending us files because they're just too large. So we have a system called e-order, which is an uploadable FTP that's private to us. It's on our front page of our web page, and they go there, they attach their files, they can send things that are a lot bigger than what they could send on email. And an added bonus of that is that the file will then go straight into our job center, which is our job tracking system. We can keep track of it, we can hold it, we can always find it again. So that's a good way to go.
It sounds like if they send you those files, they don't even have to come in.
Sometimes that's right. Sometimes they'll send us the files and we'll deliver the printed product back, and no one has to leave their office. That's great when there's a gas war going on and all the prices are up. But we do like to see people come in, and we like to see their product. We like to share with them.
I see some neat things here that are used in business quite frequently.
Right. We can help with the design on those and help with the ordering of those. Some things we can produce in-house. Coffee cups is not one of them, but we certainly can do postcards and flyers and things that they might want to put in their office.
You do business cards,
yes,
including the design,
yes,
logos, yes, anything they need help with.
Yes, that's correct. That's correct.
And what about these larger blueprint files? How do they get these to you? Do they just have to bring them in?
Well, if they had a file, they could send it to us and we'd print it. But when it's a blueprint that they want to have scanned, we scan them into digital format, and we can scan them as TIFFs, we can scan them as PDFs. Most of the time people send us PDFs. If it's artwork, they might send a TIFF. A TIFF is a larger file. A PDF is able to be read anywhere, and so we usually give them back as PDFs. But scanning is a very important part of our business, because a lot of people don't want all those files in their office. They bring them to us, we scan them, give them back to them on a little CD.
Or probably also very common is people lose the file and then they need your help recreating a new one with it.
That's what happens. And there's a sample there of an old blueprint. That's what blueprints used to look like, and they're very difficult to copy. You can see that the letters are faded, and Robert in our production department is very good at being able to drop the background out and maintain all of the information that's on the file.
Fantastic. Let's go take a look at the scanning department.
Sure.
So Judy, there's a lot to know about scanning. A lot of people don't know there's difference in the resolutions of scanners.
Exactly.
And then there's some files that are just way too big to scan. And a lot of people still have difficulty scanning and getting you a file, and they don't have to worry about that.
No, they don't. If they're having any kind of an issue at all, most people will have a scanner about that size, but our scanner is much higher resolution than the kind you buy for home, and so we can get a very good image off of that. In fact, sometimes our graphics people will take a large image and be able to to scan it in sections and then stitch it back together seamlessly in the computer. But sometimes that's a little hard, and so we have this other scanner. This is a scrapbook that it took this family 10 years to build.
I understand there are pieces of scraps that go back maybe a century.
That's right.
And many of these don't have digital files associated with them to even send you or upload. So you have a way to actually create digital files and give the family that back.
That's right. The whole page, their whole page will fit on here and be done all at one time. And that's marvelous. Scrapbookers are notorious for using odd size shapes of paper. A lot of them do 12 by 12, and they say, well, you can scan it and reduce it. Well, if you, on that, no. On this, yes.
So they could literally make a copy of this and share it with everybody.
That's right, and a lot of them do it digitally, so all we have to do is scan, but then sometimes they ask us to print. Now, something this large, it's going to be pretty expensive to make 20 copies for all the family members, so we'll scan it to a digital file, we'll reduce the size, print in color at a more manageable size, and keep their expense down, and everybody still gets a copy.
Well, we talked about these blueprints, and this takes a special scanner, and you have several more scanners around this property.
That's right.
And people may get an impression here. This is about, what, almost 3 feet?
Yes.
And so this whole plotter does...
It's 54 inches.
The scanner does is 54 inches.
A lot of our other scanners just do the 36-inch. This one we have, and we can do geologic maps, which are customarily much larger than blueprints.
I really want to talk about a special item that is on display here for people to come in and see that I think more people would use if they knew it existed. I want to show them the floor art. And what else do you call it but floor art?
One of your favorites.
It is. Judy, I don't know that the words floor and art have been uttered in the same sentence before, but we have floor art here.
You certainly do. This is a high traffic area, and we always had trouble kind of keeping it looking nice, and we said, you know, why don't we just show what we're doing and put it on the floor. It's a high traffic area. This material will last. It's the same material that you put on a car. And car wraps are registered to last 5 years, so even on high traffic area like this, it should stand up for 5 years.
What other applications can you put it on?
Asphalt, brick walls, doors, just about any place you want to put something. Maybe you have an office and you want to block out the window, you want privacy, you could put it on that.
Maybe a spot on that carpet that you want to cover up. And then maybe even show it as a direction to go somewhere in your business.
And we've done both of those things out here in our store.
Let's take a look at that.
Mitch, we talked about covering up flaws, and right here we were getting a little split in our carpet, and we weren't quite ready to replace the whole carpet at the time, so we've covered it up with the floor graphic, but we made it useful. People were always coming in and standing and wondering which way to go. Now they know. They go this way for the large copies, this way if they want to look for plans that are on file, and it serves a purpose.
And this is high traffic area of your business as well?
Yes.
And this has been down here now for how long?
Probably 6-7 months.
This looks like it was just put down. It wears very well.
Yes, it does.
Jerry, I think a lot of people are going to be surprised to know that you sell both new and used printers as well.
Yes, we do. We sell them, we lease them, We FM them, which is facilities management, where we supply the machine, the parts, the toner, and the paper.
And we sell a lot of different types. We sell the inkjets, and they're changing their models all the time. Every time they change a model, they change the ink. We also have toner base, which is more like what we use in our production department.
And so you take trade-ins?
We take trade-ins.
Absolutely.
Jerry sells the machines new. We service them. So when the people are ready to move to a new model, they're still in great shape. We bring them in, we refurbish them, and out they go again.
You are so much more than just a printing company.
Oh, yes. Yes, we are.
And we service what we sell.
Mitch, all those inkjet printers have one thing in common. They all need ink, and we're very happy to supply it. We keep a good supply, and for those who aren't using plotters that are still hand drafting, we have a great supply of drafting supplies, and we keep getting the most current ones in.
Before we go, I really want to talk about the wallpaper. 1,000 people could stand here and not even realize that this is wallpaper.
That's why we had to put that up there. This is wallpaper, because people just thought it was a huge poster, but it actually is wallpaper. It comes in different textures, and you can print anything on it you want. You want to put your baby dog on it, put your baby dog on it, and put it in any room you want.
Your kid's room, the family room, your office, your business, you can decorate with ease.
Right, have a Raiders party and put a Raider up there.
And this is movable.
Yes, it comes in different ways. This is removable. There also is the permanent kind that is put on just with water or with the actual wallpaper paste.
Well, Judy, when you first started, you told us what your credo was, and you sure do live up to it. You do make people look good. What an absolute blast it's been being here today. Thanks so much for having us.
We have had a great time showing you around, Mitch. Thank you for the opportunity.
Please tell everybody how they can get a hold of you.
Well, we're located here on South Virginia at 9738 South Virginia Street. It's just north of the Winco at South Meadows. Our webpage is www.nvblue.com, and you can reach us at 775-827-4441. We also have a Carson location. The information for that is also on our website.
Thanks so much again for joining us. For more information on this guest or to see this show in its entirety, visit nvbusinesschronicles.com. While you're there, you can watch all of our past shows on the Chronicles page and stay connected with us by following us on our social media. For information on becoming a guest on our show, contact us at info@nvbusinesschronicles.com. We hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks for watching. Tune in next week at the same time for more from Nevada Business Chronicles.